Welcome back to another episode in the NASCAR 25 career mode. We're coming off the back of our second career win last episode out in IRP in what was a hectic one, to say the least, at the end. We had our controller shut off that brought out a late race yellow. We had to come from 7th, I believe it was, and made the move for the lead in the last corner, passing Brendan Queen and William Sawalich. So we get set here for Iowa this week. As we're actually going to look in with all of the damage we have, and we're going to go and hire some mechanics, because we need the extra work points for this week. So we'll get 100 from Eli Peterson and then 85 from Doug Jones, so that'll help us a lot, actually, with getting the repairs done on this car. So you can see we're up to 195 work points. Now we've also got a choice between fixing the car, which would give us some extra work points as well, or a social media post, which will give us almost 1,000 rep. Obviously, we're getting closer to the end of the season, so the rep could be huge, but we did take a lot of damage last week, so we will fix up the car. Give us the 30 extra work points to try and repair all the damage we did last week in the crash that brought out the yellow with Presley Sora when my controller shut off, and then the incident coming across the line where we took a pretty huge hit to the inside wall. So we will not be able to fully repair the suspension, but the body, chassis, and engine are all at 100% here for Iowa. We currently sit 8th in the points. LeVar Scott leads the way by 2 over Sawalich and 3 over Brendan Queen. Queen's still looking for that first win of the season. He ran well last episode, but just got caught up in lap traffic right at the end of it. Lawless Alan sits 3rd with 2 wins on the year. Alan 4th, Jake Finch in 5th. So we're coming up on the end part of the season, but we're going to get set to head into Iowa. As we sit currently at just under 18,000 rep, we need 7,000 more to get into the Truck Series, but we'll head into Iowa.
Welcome to the fastest short track on the planet, Iowa Speedway. We're thrilled to have you here for a weekend full of high-speed thrills, heart-pounding action, and edge-of-your-seat excitement. Legendary 7/8-mile oval. We'll see who can set the fastest time here in this practice session.
All right, let's go get some practice laps in, see what we got.
Here we go for practice now. Iowa's a difficult track for me, to say the least. I've kind of always struggled with finding a line here that works. We're going to come across the goal of 26.15. We put in a 25.402, and that will be good enough for 8th place. William Sawalich tops the chart over Brendan Queen, Lawless Alan, Tyler Reif, LeVar Scott, Staropoli, Robusto, myself, Keller, and Jan Kowiak, the top 10.
Well, we're qualifying. The engines are fired up, and the fight for the pole is on.
All right, let's go.
Coming out now for qualifying here, we get 2 laps since it is a short track. Coming out of turn number 4, the goal of a top 20. We're going to come across the line, run a 25.392. It's good enough for 13th, which is good enough to complete our goal. William Sawalich gets the pole over Brendan Queen. Lawless Alan, Tyler Reif, LeVar Scott round out the top 5. Robusto, Staropoli, Keller, Jankowiak, and Raz, the top 10.
Let's go trackside now for the command to start this Arc of Menard Series race. Drivers, start your engines!
Time to go. Good luck out there.
Now we get set to come to the green here at Iowa. The green flag is in the air. William Swalch will lead us down into turn 1. Not a terrible initial launch, but we really had an issue in third gear. Gonna drop down to 14th now. Huddleston versus slightly 3 wide. Huddleston fighting around the outside. But we're gonna get a good enough run off of the corner to clear Trevor Huddleston now down the back straightaway. Looking up the inside of Jake Finch. 3 wide with Thad Moffitt as well. As we come out of turn number 4 now. Still at a door. Down into 1 and 2. We'll make the move up into the 12th spot now. Cole Raz, the next car ahead of us, running in the 11th spot up in that middle line. We'll look down the inside, down the back straightaway, side by side with Raz heading into 3 and 4. We'll complete the move, get by Cole Raz. Next in line is Tanner Reif, who's having a pretty solid run for him. He's kind of struggled this year. We're going to look up the inside of the number 13 down the front straightaway and into turn 1. Side by side with Tanner Reif through 1 and 2. For turn number 2, we come off really low. Still side by side with the 13 down the back straightaway and into 3 and 4. We will clear Tanner Reif now through 3 and 4. Next in line is Kyle Keller. So yeah, down the front straightaway onto lap number 4, Keller. Running in the 9th spot. We'll jump up a little bit wider than we had been running. Try to dime in the corner just a tad. So we got a solid run off. Next in line, or trying to make the gains on Kyle Keller. We'll get to his bumper. Give him a little tap through 3 and 4. Luckily, no damage to the front end. We really can't afford damage to this car at this point. So we put in our fastest lap of the race. We'll head up the inside of Keller, who runs really wide through 1 and 2. Off of turn number 2, we'll clear Kyle Keller. Next in line, Andy Jankowiak for the 8th spot. We are really good compared to everyone else in 3 and 4. So we come off of turn number 4. Right in behind Jankowiak. We'll look down the inside, side by side down the front straightaway and into turn 1. Jankowiak gonna try to run that second lane, try to pinch us a little bit. We come off lower, a little bit of a slide off of turn 2. Jankowiak holds on the top, but we'll head into 3 and 4 where we've been better on entry. We'll clear Jankowiak. Next in line, Isabella Robusto. Can we try to run in her for the 7th spot here on lap number 7? Another one of our fastest laps of the race. So we're actually going to clip the apron just a bit through 1 and 2. That's not going to help at all. Keller and Jankowiak side by side behind. William Sawalich continues to lead the way. As now the goal is just to run in that pack of 6 cars from 2nd back to 7th. So we'll head into 1 and 2, trying to keep closing the gap on Robusto. Missed the bottom just a little bit through the center of the corner. Heading down the back straightaway now. We've closed the gap just a tad. We'll gain again here through 3 and 4. Gained a lot, actually. Really kind of shows how much better we are through 3 and 4 than the AI, as we'll now put in another fastest lap for us. Continuing to look to make the move on Robusto. We thought about going up the inside there in turn 1. We backed out of it. As we head down into 3 and 4, we've closed the gap again. We are right on the back bumper of Robusto. Looking to the outside now of the 55 for Venturini Motorsports. She's going to end up putting us in the wall. Our bumpers locked together. She came up to the wall and we ended up being there. There was nothing I really could do. We got stuck together. So we did end up in the wall, but luckily didn't lose too much time as we're going to jump up to the middle lane again through 3 and 4, looking to the outside again on Isabella Robusto. Side by side down the front straightaway, and we'll make that move look pretty easily this time, clearing Robusto down into 1 and 2. Next in line, LeVar Scott in the 6th, running in 6th.
Car outside.
As we'll head down into 3 and 4, look up the inside, got a little bit aggressive now. Side by side off of turn number 4, we'll clear LeVar Scott for the 6th spot. Next in line, Tyler Reif, who's trying to make a move there on Patrick Staropoli. They're side by side through 1 and 2. Can we maybe make a move on both of them for the 4th spot? Not close enough. Reif is going to clear Staropoli. Staropoli is going to cut our nose off. We're going to give him a little bump through 3 and 4. Show we weren't too happy with that. We're now starting to get into lap traffic. EJ Tamayo goes a lap down. So we'll look into 1 and 2. Can we make the move on Patrick Staropoli? Off of turn number 2, Staropoli continues to stay ahead of us, runs in the 5th spot. He's going to get held up a little bit by Ed Pompa. Pompa going a lap down. We'll get by Staropoli through that. There's Willie Mullins. He's a lap down. Cletus McFarland. He'll go a lap down. Next car in line now is Tyler Reif for the 4th spot. He'll get around Dale Quarterly. So right now, we're just trying to see if we can run down 4th place Tyler Reif here on lap number 14. This race has gone by pretty quick, to say the least. We'll head now out of turn number 4, trying to close the gap on that 23 car. We see 3 wide up ahead. Lawless Allen and Brendan Queen both in that battle. Couple of lap cars there. Jonathan Rayum, one of them. And you can see Tyler Reif going to the outside now of Lawless Allen and Brian Clubb. He's going to make the 3 wide move for 3rd. Will it stick? We'll get by Brian Clubb now. Reif and Lawless Allen side by side for the 3rd spot. But Allen's going to use the lap car of Caleb Costner as a pick. We're going to look up the inside with that. Trying to get to the inside of Tyler Reif, but Reif with a good entry into 1 and 2. Able to make the move on Costner. But we'll look again into 3 and 4. Reif will run the middle line. Will make the move up into the 4th spot. So we've gained 9 positions since the opening, since the start of the race. Make that 10 as Allen gets held up a bit behind the Blake Lothian machine. We'll make the move for 3rd. Next in line, Jake Bowman. He's a lap car. Brayton Laster as well. So the next car for position would be Brendan Queen. We're going to get up the inside of Laster. Make the move there. We can see Queen has Goulet in between us. We'll get by Rita Goulet. Next car in line is Brendan Queen as we'll head down into 1 and 2 yet again. Here on lap number 18, the goal is going to be to try to run down that number 28 car. See if we can make something happen in this one. See Sawalich also right up ahead of Queen. They'll get a lap car of David Smith in between them. So our crew chief will call us to the pits this time. Still, at the time of me filming this, we did not have the adjustments. That'll be coming, I believe, either next episode or the episode after that. We'll come off of turn number 2, get to the inside of David Smith. Heading down into 3 and 4. Gotta make sure we make the pits here at Iowa. Not an easy one to get into. As you can see how tight the corner is, we missed the pits. Really slowed it down. Instead of trying to go past for another lap, we just kind of... It's such a difficult pit road to get into. It really tightens off as we hit the halfway point. So unfortunately, we're going to be on the back foot even more than usual with the pit stop after I'd completely screwed up the entry. But we'll come down, take our 4 tires and 2 cans of fuel. Expecting around a 15.9, 16 and a half second stop. Seems to be what the average is for us here. As it will be a 15.8, actually. Pretty solid stop for our guys. We'll come out in the 34th spot. Just not ideal. As we're going to come out of the pit road now, down to 35th, just up ahead of Dale Quarterly. It's a really rough set for us, but we're going to try to take advantage of the pit stops, take advantage of our newer tires, see if we can make up some of the time we lost here. So we are back up into 31st now as we pass Kyle Keller, who's coming out of the pits. That's been our biggest issue this season, is pit road. We lose a lot of time in it. We lose time on entry. I've sped at Talladega. We missed the pit road here. We'll head down into 1 and 2 now. We're still making up spots. We're actually not too far off of Tyler Reif, which is a good sign. Because yes, Reif was behind us, but it also means we didn't lose a ton of time in the actual pit stop. As we'll come out of turn number 4, running in the 22nd spot. We'll gain a couple more with cars in the pits, as we try to run down Tyler Reif, who's in the 17th spot. We run 18th.
Leaders in the pits.
As the leader is coming in, that is Isabella Robusto. We'll look to the outside of Jake Bowman, who I believe is coming in as well. Yes, you can see him slowing down.
Clear low.
Andy Jankowiak now takes over the race lead with all the pit stops. We're still trying to gain here on Tyler Reif now through 1 and 2. You'll see we'll actually come out ahead of Lawless Allen, so that's also a good sign of the speed we still had even with missing the pit road. Jankowiak comes into the pits now. So you can see a couple of the other cars ahead of us do as well. We'll look to close the gap here on Tyler Reif. Currently running in the 5th spot. We're up to 6th. Make that 5th as we pass another car in the pit lane. That was Robusto. Just trying to run in Tyler Reif here. Just trying to see if we can get back to the position we were running before the terrible pit stop. Reif looking to get around Cletus McFarland. McFarland, a rough race, running in the 40th spot. William Sawalich takes the lead back. We'll move back up into the 4th spot. But really, we did not lose too much time with that bad pit entry. So I'm kind of glad I didn't go around for another lap, because we would have, I feel like, lost more time without having the fresher tire advantage.
Outside door.
We'll come off of turn number 4, get underneath Takuma Koga, next in line DL Wilson. As we're starting to get into even heavier lap traffic. Eric Johnson up ahead now. We'll look to the inside of Johnson, heading into 3 and 4.
Clear all around.
Once again, the next car in line now is Tyler Reif, but they're going to be able to put a lap car in between us. Reif actually slid up behind the lap car. That's going to hold him up a little bit. The Jonathan Rayum machine going another lap down. So we'll head down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Starting to get into the closing stages of this race. We'll come off of turn number 4 in behind Caleb Koster. We'll make the move there. 10 laps to go in this one here from Iowa. Trying to just take advantage of what we've been able to do all race long. Seeing if we can close the gap back up on Tyler Reif. We've had some good speed today. It's just whether or not we'll be able to get that result. We were running in the 3rd spot. I really don't know if we had a car to win. Sawalich has pretty much dominated this race, bar the pit stops cycle. And Brendan Queen's been 2nd all day, so it's just kind of been difficult to beat those two, but we can definitely beat Tyler Reif if we can just get back up to him. Reif will go by Lothian. We'll get by him as well. We actually had a really good 3 and 4 on Tyler Reif. Closed the gap some on the 23, and we're closing in more and more down the front straightaway. We'll look to the middle line here in 1 and 2. That's the thing. I really haven't left the newer pavement throughout this race. I felt more comfortable in the new pavement. We'll head down into the middle in 3 and 4, getting by Timmy Hill in the 19th spot. We have closed the gap right up on the bumper of Tyler Reif. We'll look to the inside down the front straightaway now. Heading off into 1 and 2, side by side with the number 23 car now. Through 1 and 2, we'll clear Reif off of turn 2. Use Brayton Laster as a bit of a pick as well. Reif will get held up behind the lap car. We'll head now through 3 and 4, looking to the outside of Jake Bowman. Now the goal is to see if we can run down Brendan Queen. Butterbean, who's run second all week, he hasn't got a win yet this season. He's still looking for that first win here with the Pinnacle Racing Group. Obviously, Connor Zilich, in real life in the car the year before this, did great in that 28 car. Brendan Queen did great in that car in real life this year, but he just hasn't been able to find the win here in this NASCAR 25 career mode as we'll come off of turn 4. 5 laps to go as we get to the inside of Zachary Tinkle. Really trying to close the gap on that number 18 car. We'll head down the back straightaway now into 3 and 4, right in behind Rita Goulet. We'll get by the 31 car. We've now lapped up to 16th with Jason Kitzmiller going a lap down. EJ Tomeo going another one down. We'll get by Kitzmiller through 1 and 2. Now it's just us and Brendan Queen. Will we be able to run down the Pinnacle Racing Group number 28? So we'll head into 3 and 4. We've closed the gap just a little bit. At turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Just seeing if we can run down the 28. There will be some more lap traffic that'll get into the 28th path. To believe that's Ed Pompa now. He's going up the inside. I could be wrong. Nope, it is Ed Pompa. Queen gets by him pretty easily. So we'll head now through 3 and 4. Looking to the outside of Pompa. Our fuel light comes on. Not a worry. We're coming up on the end of this race. So we'll hit 2 laps to go. Butterbean now gets by Willie Mullins, but we've closed the gap on the number 28. We've got through the lap traffic just a little bit better. So we'll head now down the back straightaway once again. Queen looking to the inside of another lap car. That is Cletus McFarland in the 37th spot. We'll get up the inside of Cletus now. Next car in line is Brendan Queen as we'll take the white flag. Sawalich has this one locked up. So we'll head into 1 and 2. We've closed the gap on the 28. He's going to get held up a little bit on exit by Dale Quarterly. We did not get a good run off of turn 2. We'll try to send everything we have down into 3 and 4. We're closing the gap right up to the back of Brendan Queen. Can we make the move off of turn 4? Sawalich takes the win. We're right there on Queen, but it's just not enough. We'll come home with a 3rd place finish. Brendan Queen holds on to 2nd. William Sawalich takes the win over Brendan Queen. Tyler Reif ends up 4th. Lawless Allen in 5th. And then it's Scott, Robusto, Staropoli, Keller, and Jankowiak rounding out the top 10. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the NASCAR 25 career mode. If you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, and I will see you guys next time.